My name is Christopher Watson, 303 Jackson Schoolhouse Road, Pascoag. I spoke at your last town council meeting at the town hall. You have my opinion on some of the topics that we discussed that night. I'm going to kind of take it back a little bit and say thank you. I do understand that by virtue of happenstance, you all happen to be in chairs that you never expected to be in, having to deal with this topic in any way, form, or shape, okay? That's the same problem that the 3 members of the Energy Facility Siting Board happen to have. They're not actually appointed by Governor Raimondo. They are, by virtue of the state legislature, the 3 seats that have to be filled, and whatever bodies happen to be sitting in those seats at the time that the siting board is called to do its job, those are the people that have to deal with it. I understand that. The fact that the governor has been on board since day one, or since before day one, kind of goes up my craw, but that's another story. I want to thank you again. You're doing a hard work. I know you need to maintain your outward appearance of neutrality and your non-influence to the subordinate town boards that need to provide advisory opinions to the EFSB, okay? All that I ask is, once those advisory boards are in, not only does the council make a public declaration as to the council's feelings, I would like to see the entire council polled individually to know how each and every one of you stand in the situation.
We're looking forward to the day.
You made a comment earlier about needing to provide cold, hard facts to Invenergy. That's not quite right. The only facts that need to be presented are to the 3 members of the EFSB. They have rules to go by. We have the rule book. We know what they have to do. We're going to show them what they have to do and what's been failed to be presented to them by Invenergy in their deficient application. There's some talk, and there's an item on the budget board tonight about going into executive session. There's some scuttlebutt in town about that executive session, which in your agenda says it's for discussion, not discussion and vote, but for discussion about bringing new businesses, i.e. Invenergy LLC, into town. You are all aware that Representative Keeble has put up House Bill H 8240 to the floor of our state representatives. Is going to be due for a vote. In that bill, part of that wording allows for the residents of the town of Burrillville to actually have a vote that is counted and does have weight, unlike the vote that's being proposed that is non-binding. I understand for your purposes, if you had a vote that was non-binding, it would give you a data point to add to your advisory position. When you go to EFSB, you can say, well, we took a straw poll and the general consensus on the number of voters that responded is X. I strongly recommend that you wait to ask for that straw poll until after the results of House Bill H 8240 are known, whether or not the vote attached to House Bill 8240 will be binding, in which case you can piggyback on top of that and have double strength to take with your advisory statement to the EFSB. You've had plenty of time to think about this. All of a sudden, the thought's been thrown out there to have a vote for us. I'm not going to get into the whys and why nows. All I'm going to say is that your own experts, as you stated, are waiting to give you information because they're waiting for their feedback for other information that they need to have, so they're trying to do their thorough due diligence before they give you their opinion to help you make your advisory opinion. Your experts are still waiting. They need information. You should still be waiting also and not act on making a vote and not act on a tax treaty until you know what's going on. There should not be a rush to judgment. You know how I feel about that man down there. He's not my father. He does not like this town. He does not treat the people of this town with respect. You folks, I hold in high regard. I think you will do the right thing. You need to be called to account, though. You do have a responsibility to the citizens of Burrillville. And that responsibility demands that you not go into executive session and that you do not vote for a tax treaty until you have more definitive information regarding the pending legally binding legislation, House Bill H 8240, that is up for vote in the State House. Okay? That's just my own personal opinion. I think maybe some other people here might agree with me. For you folks to go into executive session behind closed doors without any input from us, I would be very afraid to see you bowing to one man who has an agenda, who, as he stated in the Burrillville Bugle, really doesn't think highly of the residents. Or at least that's the impression we get out of his own words. Bowing to him is not acting in the residents' best interest. I want you to look deeply into your own hearts. Do the right thing. Complete your due diligence. You're waiting for your experts, so too should you wait to see the results of House Bill 8240. I can't stress enough, we do not want you to go into executive session and be pushed by him to do the wrong thing. Do you want to jump the gun like Pascoag Utility District did? Or do you want to behave prudently and with the utmost respect and responsibility to the citizens of Burrillville? I suggest that you wait and see, complete your due diligence. There is no rush. Thank you.